Guys, my microphone stand didn't go down on me, which is big for me because sometimes it's like when I have sex, I put the condom on backwards about 50% of the times. So I just want to let everyone in this audience know after the Will Smith and Chris Rock Institute, I want to thank the Improv. They've been paying for defense lessons for all the comedians. You can choose between judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing. I've been doing some boxing classes, so I'm prepared for that. And recently I've gotten in touch with Sarah McLaughlin on DMs. She's agreed to be a part of my new charity that I'm starting. We are offering for just $1 a day that you can prevent comedians from getting slapped by providing extra security. Or you can pay for our therapy in partnership with BetterHelp. They're matching us $1 for $1. And God knows we all need therapy, right? So life has been pretty interesting for me right now, and this whole slapping of comedians and Pete Davidson being under threat of Kanye West just because he gets laid even though he's ugly is it's something a little bit concerning because I can relate to that. And the other part of it that adds insult to injury for us comedians is Jake Paul, that fucking asshole on YouTube. Do you guys know who Jake Paul is? When I hate someone and I don't want to physically assault them, I sign them up for Jake Paul's text blast. It takes about 10 text messages before you can unsubscribe. It's a pain worse than a fucking paper cut. Now Jake Paul has offered Chris and Will Smith $5 million each to be on the undercard of a fight that I'm actually probably going to pay as much as I hate Jake Paul for, which is the main fight is going to be Kanye West versus Pete Davidson. This is a fight that kins to fucking Batman versus the Joker. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Kanye's level of self-love versus Pete Davidson wanting to kill himself. You can't beat him up. You know, the guy wants to kill himself. So, Hot Girl Summer's right around the corner. You guys know what's preceded by? Do you know what comes before Hot Girl Summer? Fuck Boy Spring. It starts at Coachella. And when you become the epitome status, your whole arm is just covered in fucking wristbands. Your white girl gold right there. Now, I've been trying to date more. You know, people are not wearing masks. I know what people's faces look like, so I can decide if a girl is actually attractive or if she just has nice eyes. And the problem with that is it's tough as an Indian guy, you know? The Pareto principle goes into effect. Anybody know what the Pareto principle is? It's the 80-20 rule. So 80% of women only swipe right on the top 20% of men. Now what's great for me is it's a self-loving Indian guy that worked on the Tinder algorithm because I get about 1,000 to 1,500 matches every week on Tinder. Amazing, right? Now, like most Indians, we're self-hating generally. So if I go on Hinge, and I've tried this in every neighborhood over the past year in Hollywood. I've moved all over Hollywood, all over Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Pacific Palisades. I even moved to Ohio for a period of time and tried that out over there. I have yet to see a girl anywhere on Hinge that is under 200 pounds or missing at least a couple fingers. Usually she's missing an arm or a leg. And that's pretty much the best I can see on there. Now, ladies in here, have you ever thought of when you were kids which Disney princess you'd want to be? Anybody want to be a Disney princess? Which Disney princess? Anybody want to shout out a Disney princess they liked? Which one? Tiana. Tiana's a good one. Why?
I don't know. Pretty.
Pretty? Okay. So I thought Princess Jasmine was really beautiful, and if I was a Disney prince, I would be Aladdin. Now, do you guys know how Aladdin got the princess? Anybody? Anybody have any guesses? No guesses. This is a very quiet audience. So, magic dick. Okay, no. I don't agree with you. I think you got it on point, right? So Aladdin's lyrics, I watched this recently on mushrooms because, somebody put some LSD in my drink, so forgive me for my awkward pauses. But I watched it on mushrooms, and it really hit me is that Chris Brown and Tory Lanez song where he hits her off, the first lyric is, I can hit you in 7 positions over 70 minutes. You can get it, babe. I want to lick it and stick it in. Clearly a raunchy song, right? Fucking Aladdin's I Can Show You the World is much more raunchy. I'm going to sing you a version. I'm not as good at singing as my cousin Zayn Malik of One Direction, so bear with my singing voice. Which is, I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? This works because Aladdin's asking for consent. He's not going down like fucking Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby or any of these other Me Too fucks. Aladdin asks for consent. He's not leveraging power. He's He's not leveraging his money. He's not leveraging his genie. No, he's just asking for consent. Now this is where he hits you with the real freaky shit. This is the 70 positions. I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a fantastic point of view. And Aladdin's literally eating the pussy. Like his life depended on it. Like he's taking some cues out of Woke Bay, recently deceased, Betty White's book, which I read in my doctor's office when I was a kid, and it always confused me. I thought about it a lot. It's probably one of the things I need to talk to my therapist about, which is don't be a pussy when eating pussy. And I bet some of the ladies here can agree with that, right? Yeah. Right? Don't be a pussy when eating pussy. Now, secondly, Aladdin only ate a piece of bread. I recently rewatched the movie just for like fact checking because I'm Indian. I'm into the data points right here. He had one piece of bread. He split it with his fucking monkey, right? Princess Jasmine's taking bubble baths, so she's clean. So in ancient days, this is some good pussy. She's eating fruit, so she has that pineapple, so it tastes better. And her pH is perfectly balanced, okay? So Aladdin was about that freak shit. Now, other than comedy, because this doesn't pay my bills, you know, I pay for my own beer over here, is I'm a sex and tantra coach. And like all Indian spiritual men, we're very sexual. Like, you know, Bikram, he got a little bit rapey, so we're not going to include him anymore. We had a meeting, we kicked him out of the club. There's Osho and Shaguru, they still subscribe to some OnlyFans. And I produce some OnlyFans, you know, to give 1 billion people hope that it could be them. And I've hit a really good lucrative streak because as a brown guy and having sex with white women, there's 1 billion brown people just in India alone that for $1 a day, it adds up, you know, 2% conversion rate, running ads on Facebook and Instagram. This shit's been working out really well for me. Now, as a tantra coach, you end up in some weird fucking situations, you know, like some weird shit happens. And a lot of times it looks like I'm having more sex than I am. And sometimes it leads to, you know, a referral program. Recently I've been going on dates, and I'm a little bit polyamorous right now, which is my fancy way of saying I'm a slut. But basically girls have been bringing other girls over, and then I have sex with them. And then I'm really confused. Like, what do I do? Like, do I send her like a thank you letter, be like a high five after I have sex with her friend? So I signed up for a corporate rewards program. So like there's 3 statuses. It's kind of like working in a corporation. So based on SMART goals, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic targets. Silver medals get a box of chocolates. It gets mailed with a little card. If the girl is prettier, you know, she's like an Instagram model or maybe a TikTok girl, she gets a gold, which is the box of chocolates and flowers. Now the platinum package is box of chocolate, flowers of her choice, you know, based on what I know about her details. And, you know, a free trip to Jamaica or the spa, that works really well. So it's been working really well. We've been getting a lot more referrals. That's been saving me a lot of time on my dating life. Now, what's been fun with this is, what am I taking a look? The shrooms are really kicking in now. My parents are on social media. And I'm free spirited, I post sex shit. And one of my recent series was sex tips with sex workers. Pretty controversial for a Christian Indian mother to watch. She goes to church 3 times a week. Doing sex tips with sex workers on how to pull a girl's hair appropriately or how to choke her or tantric massages. Not shit that you want your mom to be watching and talking about, right? So I block her on those days. I recently had a TikTok star. Do you guys know what TikTok is? That's what all these kids are on. They're on it all day. It's highly sexualized children doing over-sexualized things. So I moved in with a TikTok star. Big TikTok star. Millions and millions of followers. His girlfriend has millions and millions of followers. He moves into my house. His friend told him I get a lot of ass. And he didn't believe it. I'm an average-looking Indian guy. So I'm giving hope to the average-looking guys in this room. So he walks in one day, and there are 2 beautiful blonde girls wearing dog collars. This is actually posted on my public Instagram. And they're whipping each other. And this is like the first week that he moves in. He comes in, he's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, listen, and I was a little bit awkward about it, so I made up a lie. It's like I read an article in Daily Mail that said that, you know, there's a girl that's making $100,000 dressing up and acting as a dog. And 50 Shades of Grey did really well in the box office. I thought the soundtrack was great, but girls like kinky shit. So I started selling it on my OnlyFans. So he was like baffled by this shit, right? And the other part that happens with being an Indian guy is people assume I'm a doctor. I'm successful and I have money, right? And the thing with having money is it attracts gold diggers, like my Audemars Piguet watch. And what I really want is girls that lie better to me. I want a girl that's gonna fucking lie like a fucking champion. So I have a lot of things that make me look like I'm wealthy, which is I have an exotic rental business. I was driving around in a car, Mercedes G-Wagon, $273,000. Took a girl out to drinks, and I accomplished a life goal of mine, which was I had sex with her before we went to drinks. Because obviously the car's fucking worth more than a house. Next time I pick her up on my day-to-day car. 2012 Toyota fucking Camry. Dings, dents, and fucking scratches all over it. She looks at me and she's like, if you want to go out with a girl like me, you should at least upgrade your watch. So I'm like, fuck, I need to get out of the States. Anyway, we're over at Catch. We're having our meal. I'm a little bit bored. Then our friend Crystal walks by. She looks at my watch and she says, oh my God, you have such a beautiful watch. I said, Stacy thinks I need to upgrade my watch. And she's like, Stacy, she looks her dead in the eye. This girl's name is Crystal, and we're best friends now. Crystal says, Stacy, you need to gold dig better. I fucking love this girl. Like, invest in an AMAW class. There's a fucking lot of great acting institutes and unemployed actors that are looking for fucking work. So gold dig better. Now, I recently went to Vegas, and I got 2 stories I can tell you guys, so let me know which one you guys want to hear. This is what I'm going to wrap with. We're done. My name is Ashwin Jacob. Feel free to check me on social media. And the acid is really strong, so I highly recommend asking him for his plug.